Well, it's bound to happen sooner or later. And as Mama said, you'll have days like these. I just sat down here and recorded what was intended to be a beers and unboxing video. And I noticed while I was doing it, something about the screen while I was recording it looked different. Turns out the entire time I was recording was also compressing everything. So everything I just unboxed is busted down to about 23 seconds. So, real quick, enjoy that. I may even release it as a short by itself. So first up was the new Eternia Mantenna. I think he's pretty cool looking. I'm sure I'm very tardy to the party as far as reviews go and what have you. Not a boatload of accessories, but honestly, I kind of appreciate that simply because, especially after tonight's unboxing with some other stuff, that gets to be a little bit of a pain in the ass to try to keep up with. And I know I have my work cut out for me soon. I have to get some stuff separated, organized, and stored away. But what I will say is the face will come off, so you can swap out eyes, and you can recreate his whole googly extending eyes effect. Love that he has 4 articulated legs. That is something that they've pushed for even back with the Origins figure. So I think he's very cool looking. He's diabolical looking, to be honest with you, and I think he fits in with the Masterverse figures in general. So, which I need to reorganize. Clearly, Hordax on another shelf. Okay, then we got Stingor. I did end up getting one for myself. I was very jealous of Henry's. The one thing I don't like about the Stingor is there is a standard 5-digit hand you can put on him. He only comes with one. Kinda would have been cool if they gave you the option to swap out both hands. There's an option to put a claw in there, but it doesn't necessarily attach. You're just supposed to squeeze it on there or shove it in. I don't really care for that so much. That and the claw just looks weird. Personally, I find it better just to have his gnarly stock hands that he comes with on there. I got him nice and posed with the gang, as it were. And then over here, I have his other cohort that I got. I got one for me and one for Henry. Blast attack. The only thing I don't like about him is his weapon, which I know it's recreating the vintage one, but I think even by vintage standards, that's a stupid axe. It's like shitty art made by Valerie's boyfriend on Family Ties, made of found material. I don't care for it, and it doesn't seem very functional in battle. Didn't have blast attack as a kid. Knew some people who did. It was towards the end of the line. Around that time, my folks were divorced, so wasn't really getting a whole lot of action figures. But no, both are good-looking figures and blend in well with Skeletor and the gang, as well as the rest of the people board. All right, then we got this fella, known as Gray, is the name they gave him. He is the alter ego of Hero, and a pretty simple character. Initially, when I first heard about him, I wasn't planning on getting him, and then I saw the little Spirit of Grayskull translucent plastic thing he comes with. The devil's in the details, as they say, and I'm not gonna lie, that is something that pushed me towards getting him. I do like his primitive emo hairstyle. Thankfully, he doesn't come with a bunch of ridiculous hands. We don't need as many hands as y'all toy companies want to pack in with us, but comes with a spear and then a different version of his scepter. It's all decoed and colored in the same, not quite translucent, but opaque, we'll call it, plastic. And of course, hanging out on him is a Spirit of Grayskull. Like I said, I'm a slut for translucence. Next up, we had the Zanya and the Swamp Skier. So I like the way this looks. And the early sample of it that Dan Larson's got was what sold me on it. He, in a follow-up post, he even said there's a lot of ways to mod her out, and there are. So like, she's currently wearing a helmet of sorts. You can have her with her green braids and dreads and what have you. There's also an alternate head where she has kind of like a hockey mask kind of thing. Looks very menacing. There's two different sets of goggles. I went with more the Lisa Loeb or Baroness look. The positioning her on the Swamp Skier, for me, was a little bit of a pain in the ass. I'm going to be honest with you there. Finally got her in a position I liked. Worked, threw her machete in her hand, threw her gun on her hip. Unfortunately, the one I received, they sent doubles of the extra head, and I'm missing her pistol that would go on her back, which is a bummer because it was a cool looking gun. For now, I have her kind of modded out, looking very tank girl, pardon me, very riot girl of the late 80s into the 90s. I may swap it out. I may take her off the Swamp Skier altogether. I kind of want to leave it out for a few days just to see what I think of it when I come down here. But there is a distinct possibility she might get just posed, not static, obviously, or completely static, but posed and having her awesome punk rock green hair on. I don't know. We'll see. And then along with that, I got the Duke that is kind of decoed in red, white, and blue for America's 250th birthday. Now, while it's the same mold as this, right down to that helmet, something about this old boy, probably the coloring, obviously, really reminds me of Starduster and what have you. Starduster is one that's on my eBay watch list. I do need to get one. I want him very badly, but I do like him. The deco looks great. Not pictured is a different version of that gun that he's holding. The stock is red with a white star on it. I wanted him in a little bit more of an action pose with his helmet on. Really dig it. Love his look. And just makes me feel so damn patriotic. So yeah, that's what I unboxed tonight. And it would have been a much longer video and what have you. But it is what it is. Shit happens. You just gotta make some lemonade, I guess. So, in the meantime, I'm sure I'll buy some more crap down the line and make another video. I really don't know if I'm going to be drinking in them. I haven't been drinking as much lately, to be honest with you. Just trying to diet, trying to take, better care of myself. And I'm kind of enjoying not having alcohol that much. So we'll see. I mean, it's nice to have a beer every once in a while, and summer's coming. It's going to get hot, and I do enjoy a nice cold beer on a hot day. So, but anyways, I wasn't laughing about it about 15-20 minutes ago when I realized it just filmed it compressed, but cooler heads prevail, and I do find it humorous that that's what happened. is what it is. But yeah, those are my recent unboxings and gets between sales on Mattel Creations, G.I. Joe releases, and Club Grayskull releases. So I know the Slime Pit's coming. Looking forward to that. I know I got some other Joes coming. So we'll see. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you around. Bye.